神門のさてと属性の乱れご愁傷そやれ火炎よ焼き尽くすいいですね。
Butler who has assumed guardianship over Melia. She tries her best to fill the void Rosa left, balancing the need to be both doting and strict with the young lord. However, when she hears Melia's tearful voice from the herb garden at night, she knows that she'll never be able to replace Rosa. Today we have essentially everything finished. I did a little grinding and got the Scourge of the Sea last night, which was remarkably easy to show up, and then switched out some things to get these captures, and then did about 10-12 minutes in the Infernal Castle to get the Black Panther and the Dreadwolf today. So these are largely fine. And then I'll switch the Peekaboo for like a Chubby Kate or an Octopath if I get it. But now I'm going to get the battle-tested weapons. I just learned that in this game, the final boss from the first game is in this one as like the late game mega boss. So maybe Vita isn't quite as challenging as maybe I thought. Anyway, we'll find out. So for now, I'm going through, I got a little list of where all the battle-tested weapons are. It looks like I still need the, I think I had the spear. I think I need the dagger. The eldest son of a poor noble family with a long history. He once tried to seize control of Winterbloom in his desire to improve the little town, but after his Aunt Rose's passing, he focused on bettering himself so that he may help more. Unfortunately, his laziness has impeded all progress. Last night as well, I had a second session yesterday where I did a bunch of side quests and stuff like that. I still have it saved, but I'm not sure I'll actually post it because there's just so many pauses of me like looking stuff up and all these things. Where this part of the game is a pretty low pace. Hopefully if I run through these battle-tested weapons...
メリア様、町でまた盗みがありました。盗賊団の雪うさぎね。何でも盗賊のプラックを中心に悪事を働いているとか。こんなお願い申し上げにくいのですが、雪うさぎの様子を
見てきていただけないでしょうか。
So I'm looking for, I think I have the axe. Yeah. I don't believe I have the bow. And I don't believe I have the staff. And do I have the I have the shield? Okay, so I don't have that many. I have to purchase and steal the staff from Roque. Steal the bow from the village chief. And then this dagger I should get from this. And the rest I have. So that's not too bad. And then if I get a king Octopath or a chubby, I'll do it. Ooh, I want that coin purse of yours. Fight me. Having elemental barrage on Temenos has made this so easy. It helps that he only has, he basically has every element except for dark and wind. But usually this covers it. So now having the Stone of Truth is kind of cool for like just a basic double attack. But it's overkill on Asphalt. Because he's gonna get 11s anyway. This is good enough. I can always give this guy 11s if I really, really need it. Probably too many resources though. Bandit who drifted here from Hino Euma. He was once a warrior under the king's command and abhors cowardice. When robbing his chosen target, he will first announce his intentions and kill them and take their possessions. Wow. Okay, other things I did is farm 20 rotten meat to get this mega prisoner. I have I can't use guide on the judge or the young man in the beast village because Temenos needs to be 65. And Agnia has Bandalam, the Reaper, who is 9 out of 10 power, but gives physical attack on hit, so I'll probably keep it. But I could just, like, the top end, the 10 out of 10 fighters, besides the guy who's in training, are the judge, that prisoner, the secretive young man, and the cleric in Candlebrine, who I have with Partitio currently. So, I mean, the problem with the 10 power... The problem with the 10 power companions are that they can only be summoned somewhere between 2 and 4 times, I think, generally speaking. A cleric who's come to implore bandits to confess their sins. In actuality, he uses the confessions to pass the money and he discloses the names of those who pose a threat to the church. This will undoubtedly result in new sins for those bandits to confess, but you're likely to forgive them when the time comes. Love that. I remember there being people here. I guess it's because of the side quest. It's her again.
姉さん、これ今日の収穫です。
これっぽっちかい。しけた町だね。
親ウサギみたいに女でも売り飛ばしますかい。
そこまで落ちちゃいないよ。あんなクズの真似事はごめんさ。たく、私もどこで道を間違えたんだか。
姉さん。
そうだ、お前たちいい考えがあるんだ。あのメリアって子、漁師になったろ。まだまだウブなガキだってのに。 あいつを騙して屋敷の使用人になってやるんだ。屋敷に出入りできさえすりゃお宝だって盗み放題さ。
でもどうやって？
手紙を書いてみたのさ。反省したように装ってね。
さすが姉さん。
あとはこいつを渡すだけだが。
Got a bunch of boring path action stuff here. I had a funny feeling that yesterday that I had still some side quests to go, because I figured I was gonna get like a. Figured yesterday I would get a, what's it called? Like a note, like an achievement when I'd finished the last few that I had in my inventory. So what I'm gonna have to do is go through the rest of the game, go through each town, because they show them on the map once you enter the town. So I should be able to find what I think is all of them. I'll just go through every town once I get some stuff done. I have so much stuff to do the next couple of days. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this for a couple of days. A longtime thief fond of telling tales of his own heroism. In truth, he's an incompetent bandit with a history of blunders behind him, though he curiously has never been arrested. Many believe his tall tales, however, leading to his legendary status as a bandit who cannot be captured. Oh, he's a rat, is he? He's a dirty rat. Energizing pomegranate and a invigorating nut? Hell yeah. I'll kill you, I'm not joking around! Okay. I don't have rest anymore, but he is just basically competent at just brute forcing every fight. I don't think he's gonna do too much damage to me. I just do so much damage. Okay, go ahead. Oh. This is where you heal. The other advantage of having Apothecary is having an axe gives you another weapon that has plus elemental attack. I have to say. Right now I have a lot of boost to lightning through the axe and I think maybe my current staff. Okay, I got 2 turns in a row, which is nice. This is probably overkill. I'm not going to use the latent power. 10,000 each. Nope, never mind. I guess because I'm not buffed. Fact is now, I haven't used all the nuts yet, but you really get into the big damage once you get the elemental attack up and the elemental defense down. Against one of the... Yesterday I was sailing through the sea at night, and I had like a fully buffed Hikari and a stunned Scourge of the Sea. And I was so excited because I heard that the Scourge of the Sea is like a 3% drop rate, even though basically it seemed like it was almost like 25% when I was going around. So... I already fought this guy? Oh no, I did the other guy, right? So I actually did the like 100k damage with Battle Tested Blade, whatever it's called. Battle Blade, Brand's Blade. And I was like, oh no, I accidentally killed the Scourge of the Sea. And I was pissed, but he showed up twice more easily, just in like 5 minutes of sailing. Doesn't matter if you heal him. A bandit known for taking any job. Most recently, he stole the snow off an old man's roof and a small box in which a child saves when leaves. His rewards were fruit and assorted snacks. Okay. A psycho. When did these people show up? Vivifying stone. That's actually... either protection against instant death or petrification, I think? Probably instant death. I gotta heal. Before one of these jackasses one-shots me. Not her. So everyone's around late 50s, early 60s. Instant death, eh? Isn't that important? Note to self, heal after this one. Does Oshette get mysterious, alluring woman? She looks to be in her 30s, but where she was seen in the tavern well before thieves started gathering the area over 30 years ago. Thus, she's in her reputation more fierce than any bandit. She's like Salma Hayek. You're a genius, boss. I wish you had your smarts. Can't mug. Horse. Okay, heal. Or I got one tapped. These guys were a surprisingly hard fight in the Throne chapter. And I believe this was the fight where, in desperation, I used a fully charged hired help. The top end one, and just like one-shot them for just absurd amounts of damage. Thief who admires Pluck. He was about to be sold to another country as a slave when Pluck passed by and purchased him for asking price. He told him to live his life wherever and however he wanted, so he decided to go with her. He tries his best to make her happy. That's nice. Hey, a lead is a great idea. You're a real romanticist, boss. We should restore Oswald's mana. Okay. So it better be health. Sorry, it better be light. Or I'm gonna bother. Nice, okay. What do you say? A thief who respects Pluck. He once worked on a corrupt merchant ship and tried to abscond with the money, but got caught. He was about to be punished when Pluck rescued him, and they've been working together ever since. He wishes for her to wash her hands of the thieving business and find true happiness from the bottom of his heart. That's nice. My services don't come cheap, and you better pay in advance. Yeah, this guy's strong. Now then, how do we get this how do we get this letter to that little brat? I steal it? You have to whoop me. Nice, lucky. Now this will only take me 2 turns. A thief who pretended to be something she wasn't for a long time. Though she dreamed of being a florist, she was sold to a brothel to pay off debts, where she lost an eye for lying to save her closest companion. She then stooped to banditry and a bid to choose her own path, so that she would no longer be prey to the whims of fate. Mug her for this letter. A bold move, but you've got a long way to go before you can rob this robber. I don't have much mana. I'm back here for a bit. I don't care. Can't break her here. This is dumb. Now I have to... I guess this buys me a turn. I should have used one of those, like, oh shit, meat items. I'll do it now. One of these ones that's like, restores, blah, 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 blah. At small level. A raspberry? This is probably so little. 20 and 10? Sweet. 10 SP is a lot better than 20 HP. She's mad. She's still... Okay, good time to break. Alright. Solid 24k. A worthwhile endeavor. Should just ambush her for good measure. Boy, shield's probably very weak, yeah. These are all so old. Just never bother coming back here. I can't believe I've never inquired of this guy before. Simply do not believe it. Sometimes I come back here and I'm like, well, I guess it's just one of those times where scrutiny was just like too low a chance. He's gonna whoop me. And then once I get the battle tested blades, and then go searching for all the side quests, I then have to like try to set up optimized secondary skills. That's gonna take me a long time. Because I don't know if I have the JP to be like, okay, this guy gets full Arcanist and full Conjurer and blah blah blah. This guy's not gonna assassinate me in 2 turns, is he? No. That spell used to like destroy me. To beat the judge with Hikari, or to get sentence in Gavel, the key is to use the amulet that greatly reduces a thief who earns his living entirely from pickpocketing, which has earned no small amount of scorn from his fellow bandits. Though his name has once struck fear into the hearts of many, he stopped taking dangerous jobs at a particularly fraught heist. Okay. Have I been here? What was I talking about? So, yeah, once you drastically reduce the amount of light damage you take, then he's easy. Come near me and I'll get you too. But yeah, getting a bunch of JP for him. I also sold all my items. I found someone who is plus 25% sales. 66% even now. An exceptionally frugal woman who was born and raised in this town. Her mother and grandmother taught her all they knew about surviving the winter, and she learned well from it. Now she continues the tradition herself, passing that information on to her daughter. I sold all my items. I got a 25% sales guy with Particio. And then... Oh, this is the guy I was thinking about who I scrutinized, right? And then sold just everything. I made like $500,000. Do something good. Damn, not bad. And then I did the Dawn stuff, getting the Sun Shadow Staff, and a few more quests with the Fish Filcher, etc. It's nice that this will make thieving easier. It's sad that there's no one in this room anymore. What a poignant. One thing I've learned with all of the wikiing and stuff like that I've done with this game is how much that, like, there's crazy amounts of repurposing from the first one to the second one to even now the third one. Octopath Traveler 0. The young ruler of Winterbloom, who took up the mantle at a tender 12 years of age. Although she faces many hardships, she managed to fill her dues with the support of Greg, Lily, the townspeople. She spends her evening in the herb garden telling her late mother of the joys and pleasures of her life. Brooch of Joy. Equip bag. Receive additional XP and JP. Thing. Right, well. I hesitate to ask if this you, but would you be so kind as to investigate the snow hares for me? You can probably find them in the tavern in the Thieves' Quarters on the north side of town. A letter from the snow hares. Give it here, please. I think she's talking.
メリア様、私たちは盗賊から足を洗いました。もう悪事はしません。今はただの可愛いウサギです。心を入れ替えます。あなたの屋敷で働かせてください。
あいつらちゃんと反省してるみたいじゃん。
No, dummy.
え、違うの？メリアを騙そうとしてる？だよね、そうだと思ったんだよ。そうだ、騙されたふりしてあいつらとっ捕まえようよ。
相手は盗賊です。そんなにうまくいくでしょうか。
確かに雪ウサギを捕まえれば町の安全は守られる。でもそれで町のみんなが幸せだと言えるのかしら。お母様。
お久しぶりだね、領主様。
手紙を読みました。盗賊から足を洗ったそうですね。
そうともさ。
でも本当は私を利用しようとしているのですね。
バレてますぜ。
Can't you tell when I mugged you? And your letter was gone?
こうなったら力ずくで。
騙されたふりをして捕らえることも考えました。でもそれでは解決にはなりません。私はあなた方のことも守りたいのです。この町の領主として。
私らをこの町の人間だって言うのかい？
でも盗みは許しません。盗品は持ち主に返してください。そうすれば新しい仕事を紹介します。
おい、マジかよ。
仕事だ？おしめでも返させるのかい？
ついてきてください。
ここは
すげえ。天国みてえだ。
ありがとう。うちの薬草園です。
He's like a little angel.
皆さんにここの庭師になってほしいのです。手入れは私が教えますから心配いりません。
参ったね。盗賊がまさか
ナイス
庭師とは。ガキの頃はク 草や花が好きだった。道端の名もない花に水なんかあげたりしてさ、必死に生きてんのを見て自分もくじけるもんかって思えた。
姉さん。
妙なことを思い出しちまった。
素敵なお話。
おい、大丈夫かい？ふらついてるじゃないか。
ごめんなさい。ほっとしたら体の力が抜けて。
本気であたしらを守ろうとしてくれてんだね。見直した。いいお頭になれるよ、あんた。
ブラックさん。
盗んだもんは全部返す。庭師、やらせてくれないかい？こんな汚れた手だけどさ。
やらせてください、お頭。
皆さん、ありがとう。
There's still one or two of the Casti concoct items that I need a bunch more of, I think. He asked me to water the plants. Me, a waterer. Mom will be proud. A waterer, wow. No more larceny, the lady's orders. Wow, they really converted quickly. 65% is pretty good. Nice. Sweet. So good. Okay, next is the bow from the village chief in the beasting village. Is that the first one? The village chief. I assume that's the beastling chief. Not this person? Koatsa. Oh, she has it. 3%. What the? That's crazy. Can I mug her for it? That's a lot easier than stealing at a 3% chance. And Gardener is like, I find the garbage people in Ottawa, they recently changed it to be like private instead of public. I find the gardener, like, sorry, I find the garbage man like randomly, like sort of oddly disrespectful. How they like handle your stuff. So weird. Just tosses everything around. Like, if I break him here, then I won't get a fully boosted one. This is gonna give me evasion and 4 turns of crit. That's not bad. I don't think I need this. I probably could just fully boost it before. If you can do something, do it well. I've been doing research lately on how to like start making like a video game yourself. Just talking to like Claude about it and everything like that. Talking about like, well, I know that these guys made they made this HD 2D game in Unreal Engine, which is like the hardest engine to learn. And then Claude very tactfully was like, well, you know, that's made by an entire team of people with asset designers. I was like, that's a good point. Ores Rush. Oh, okay. I don't have to go to purchase steel from Rupke inside the HQ. Or Mug. I'm toasting the memory of something my little chickadee did. Is this Rocket? Hap is as hard-headed as he ever was. Battle-tested safe. Alright. It's the last one. Pretty easy. Really easy. Oh! Okay, well. That looks scarier than it was. Partition Roque pledges to put the happiness of others above all, be a safe haven for dreamers, show charity at every opportunity, never rewrite this pledge. Hand it over. A bold boot. Let's see if you take it from me. Lone mana, yeah. He's pretty low. I'm not going to wait for elephants. So I have 2 more casts. I have 2 fully charged lightnings. It'll probably only take 1. No? That's smart. I would have double charged the last one and fully boosted this one. Doesn't matter though. That's okay. That's some good new stuff. Obtained all bottle test equipment. Nice. Okay, so how does this compare? Staff of Carnage. 400. Slim chance to reduce target speed. That's so much more. Staff of Carnage is nothing really special. It's crazy. 400 is like not even close. Love that. It's gotta be a better sword for her, but I haven't really found it. I guess that one's pretty good. Okay. Let me figure out what to do next. I know what I'm going to do next, actually. I'm going to go to every single town and see if there's any side quests available. Because I haven't got an achievement for all side quests yet. But I don't think I will. There's a lot of other stuff. You can also get these battle-tested blades from dropping at a 2% rate from people you can challenge or provoke. That's crazy. Who would do that? Okay, every town in the game. Let's go west to east. I know there's nothing here. Clear. Clear. I wonder if there's anything. Does Lila have anything? She goes all over, man. She's everywhere. Alright, time to practice the moon step, okay? I wonder if there's anything different if you have Agni in your party. Everyone else hasn't really got levels, which is unfortunate. Probably nothing up here. Next. My favorite town. There was 2 quests over here at the graveyard, but they're both done now. Correct? Yeah. I love that little girl. Okay. Ryu. Nothing here. The oddly important Cannel Brine with a lot of stuff here. It's finished. Horse Rush was just here. Wellgrove I finished. I checked the department store. I don't think there's anything there. Who's this guy? Strolling townsperson? I should just do this during the day, it'd be faster. This is different people though. Mayday.
行きますか。成果の力を授けたまえ。
It's convenient.
やれやれ。成果の力を授けたまえ。
A man who enjoys taking strolls in the evening. Lately, he's seen a young man in a brown coat who hides his face with a hat. The man in the coat walks around every night, sometimes kneeling down by the side of the road, not worried that he'll get dirty. Brown coat. What do we do with that? The Hikari challenge that you get from... I had this finished. Never put a second person as a dancer. The person... Yeah, I think this is this. Figures more Alron stuff. Misha. It seems like some of these, like, final questline guys or some of the last quests. These are all, like, penultimate accessories, typically.
今アルロンド様の服の手入れをしていたところでして、大変恐縮ですが、私のお願いを聞いていただけませんか。近頃アルロンド様は汚れた服で帰られることが多く、夜な夜などこかに出かけているようなのですが、尋ねてもはぐらかされるばかりで、何をされているのやら、よからぬことに巻き込まれでもしていないか心配です。どうかアルロンド様の行動を調べていただけませんか。なるほど、ありがとうございます。その男の身なり、おそらくはアルロンド様が何をされているのか見当がつきました。気になりますか。ならば、
Is he planting seeds?
一緒に待ちましょう。お帰りなさいませ。おや、深くこの姿を見られてしまうとは、バレないように出かけていたつもりだったんだな。うむ、
私だ。この町の主、アルロンドだ。
あなたの行動をこの方に調べていただきました。アルロンド様はゴミ拾いをされていたのですね。百貨店がにぎわい、この町に人と物が増えました。その分ゴミも増えて町の景観を損ねていました。だからアルロンド様は町のためにゴミ拾いを。
いや、私がしているのはゴミ拾いなどではない。宝探しだよ。
アルロンド様はずっと変わりませんね。
I think I heard about this accessory. Could be something pretty
あ
good.
なたは拾ってくださいました。私のことも。君、何をしているんだ？ゴミ拾いですよ。うちはお金がないから。服や時計の部品とかガラクタでも値がつくんです。それに街がちょっと綺麗になるし。綺麗にしてどうする？別に。生まれたこの町が好きなんです。住む人たちが気分よく過ごせたら俺も嬉しいっていうか。他に何もできない無価値な人間ですけど。
自らを卑下するな、少年。
You're not supposed to show your skies.
漁師のアルロンド様？
いかにもそのアルロンドだ。今のは世を忍ぶ仮の姿。君を品定めさせてもらったぞ。
悪趣味ですよ、アルロンド様。
許せ、少年よ。
なんで俺なんか品定めするんですか？ゴミと何も変わりませんよ。
私は目利きには自信があったな。君はゴミなどではない。まばゆく輝く宝だ。少年よ、私の下で働いてみないか？
私もあなたに拾われたゴミの一つだったのです。
だから言っただろ、宝探しだと。
Oh, isn't that sweet?
君はこの町を思っている。私と同じように。その心を宝と言わず何という？
アルロンド様。ちょっとかっこつけすぎです。
許せ、ミシャ。
こっそり言っていたのは恥ずかしかったからですね。かつての私と同じ行いをしているのが。次からは私にも宝探しを手伝わせてください。
いいだろう。こうなっては仕方あるまい。ならば私も汚れた服を共に手入れしよう。
アルロンド様。
そうと決まればもう一度宝探しに行こうじゃないか。
手入れを手伝うだなんて服の畳み方も知らないのに。まったくもう。
I mean, that was a little underwhelming. Butler's tailcoat? Okay. What if I go to, like, the mother's garden? I wonder if there's gonna be anything there. I have a funny feeling nay. But there's a chance. So again, nothing here, right? Probably nothing in the... probably nothing in the department store. I don't think it counts as a different area. I've stepped ahead on both of them to help Oshette do captures. One of the other captures that gets recommended a lot is the shark. I just don't find this shark. I just like a nice BP and SP and healing stuff like that is good. It's not going to change my life really. Nothing here. A girl with a good head and her soldier's an eye for detail, both of which come in handy after looking for the younger children of the orphanage. She loves to learn and dreams of becoming a school teacher one day. What am I doing here? Oh my god. Unfang. A diligent, earnest young man whose hand-carved wooden accessories are so popular that merchants flock to buy them and donate the proceeds to the orphanage coffers. Okay. I mean, there's no side quest here, so I probably should just leave. How are these all? This quiet, somewhat timid boy is nevertheless a cool-headed and careful thinker. His ability to see beyond the immediate and grasp the deeper locations of things means the other orphans often look to him for guidance. Smart 7-year-old. Mira, a young girl who was taken in one rainy night. Though she could no longer recall how she got here or what was going through her mind, there was one thing she'll never forget: the warmth of the hand that reached out to her. It was the first time in her life that she ever felt a mother's touch. Okay. How are these all fresh kids? A cheerful and active little boy. He can be a little gruff, even rude, but no one can rival his bravery, willingness to act. Actually very kind-hearted. He loves cats, but is a tiny bit scared of dogs. No? I'm gonna study real hard and be smarter than everybody. A little girl with a passion for proving things, a constant reader who devours knowledge of all sorts from books. She has longed to study in the Eastern continent ever since she learned that they have the largest library in the world. That looks pretty good. I think it's a bit too low level now. A young girl wise beyond her years, she looks up to the sisters who keep the orphanage open and plans to join their order when she grows up to help as many people as she can. Okay. Stole a kid's stuffed toy, feels great. A crybaby who spent his days in miserable isolation until he discovered his talent for cooking. Now he volunteers for kitchen duty and spends his days perfecting new recipes. Look at like crafty thief items on. Oh. This is the... Oh, remember this guy. Yeah. I finished this quest recently. Those children... Are these children remarkably strong? I'm sure they'll grow up just fine. This guy's strong. Dark amulet. Yeah, that's fine. And what about the roof? Nothing in Timber Rain. I know that because I've been there 100,000 times. Nothing here. I don't understand there's anything in these places. There's always this person. I'm still confused by this one. Like, how do you... Like, this person doesn't have, like, a... That could be a quest. I think it could be something with this person. Maybe she kind of loves her captor. Seemingly nothing here. So beautiful. Okay. I think that's everything. Fridge. I've been here fairly recently. This is like the spooky cult town. So if it'd be anything, it'd be here. But I don't think it is. I've checked this place a million times. But I'm not sure it's been since the end of all the stories. No one here. I've seen a lot of people say that Octopath Traveler 0 is like their favorite of the series. But I can't really see it. It looks worse. And like it's kind of like mind-numbing in its scale. I did a diary. I finally got hired as a scrivener for the Delsta Times too. All the world's information flows through a newspaper, a river of facts alongside a paper water wheel. An endless procession of scoop, scoop, scoop. As a journalist, I'll dash about the world investigating and covering and breaking news. What better way for me to carry out my mission? I thought about this a lot, and everyone is in fact they're hiding. Vast sums of knowledge locked in noggins the world over. But how to crack open these repositories and acquire those tasty secrets within? That's the rub, of course. As I am now, I doubt that I'll have the dexterity to pick any of those cranial locks. I've raised in isolation, always out of the loop, hiding quietly in the outskirts of society. There's a positive way to spin that, though. I spent all the time that I wasn't talking to people observing them. Here's what I learned. People let their guard down around cute little animals. A scowling guard captain will play cuddly coo with an irritable puppy and soon confess all his gripes to the precious thing. And so I will become the puppy. I'll wag my little doggy tail, act the part of the friendly, non-little-threatening furball, and slide right to people's confidences. My brother may be the soaring eagle with his bird's eye view, but I'll be the sharp-eyed hound, keeping my nose to the ground and sniffing at every last detail I can find. Is this like an evil revelation for Ori? My oldest memory is Crimson, a spray of bright red droplets, and a harrowing scream. A crowd fleeing in all directions, and enemy soldiers mercilessly cutting down innocents. Some of them even laughed as they did it. Amidst this, I was a stone. Still in my tender years, I neither cried nor wept nor cowered, but merely watched the chaos unfold. Being raised in a war-torn land does things to an impressionable mind, and I suppose something had already broken inside of me. I would have died that day cut down like the rest were it not for my brother. His cunning carved a path for us out of that hellish place. My brother is brilliant, so much so that the enemy king spared him if he would serve. Yet despite his genius, despite how shrewd the plans he proposed were in their attempts to avoid bloodshed, the blood always flowed. Human steel, they kill, they take and they take and they take. Lives, possessions, land, it is the state of our nature. A simple fact of our existence. My brother and I have seen so much together, we both reach the same conclusion. The world doesn't deserve to see another dawn. The life of man is nasty, brutish, ugly. Why not make it short? These still seem like weak creatures, right? need her on our side. I need you to convince her that's a good idea. My brother's face was flushed as he handed me the letter addressed to Rai Mai. Perhaps he'd been in his cups. I didn't need to ask him why he would be celebrating. The fundraising in Montoise was going swimmingly. On my way home, I spotted Hikari. He's the key to everything in Ku, and if our machinations go according to plan, my brother will get what he's after. I doubt Hikari is a clue who I am. Another tactic proposed by Brother Dearest. No prior familiarity with me will help move things along down the line. But though Hikari doesn't know anything about me, I certainly know a lot about him. Hikari has another side to him, a second personality that my brother says was born from his family's cursed lineage. Somewhere in the past, Clan Ku's blood mingled with that of the famous Archmage Darkest, sparking a history of war and sacrifice. A more odious bloodline I do not know. As I passed Hikari in the street for a moment, I felt as if our eyes met. His gaze was steady and true, just as it was when he was a boy. How had that bright spark in his eyes not dimmed over time? He had seen the same horrors I had, been through the same terrible war. There's a lot of these. This is bad. Hikari was captured before I had the chance to deliver my brother's letter to Rai Mei. If Hikari is killed, it'll ruin everything. We'll have to start from scratch. Clan Mei calls the Fortress of Stormhail its home, coldest place in Cilicia, and I hate it. Time is of the essence, yet this frigid blizzard is battering me with a little leaf in the wind. If only I had taken 2 steps without being blown 3 back. By the time I finally reached Stormhail, Hikari had already been released. I can only assume he managed to sway Rai Mei on his own. I handed my overdue missive to one of Rai Mei's retainers and quickly put that chilly place behind me. Fragment 5. Oswald is sentenced to life imprisonment. It took me a moment to process the judge's verdict. I blinked, doubting my ears. What was going on here? He was supposed to be executed, wasn't he? I ran as fast as I could to find Harvey. I should have known. That swine had stuffed leaves into the judge's pocket to bribe him to the decision. Why? I wanted him to see the power of my perfected magic. That's his reason, the blighted fool. Pride, worthless pride. We need the Book of Demons to complete. What if Oswald somehow finds a way to interfere? When I gave my report to my brother, he simply said, just watch the spectacle unfold. Apparently my brother had already taken Harvey's massive ego into account when he made his contact with the man. If that's the case, then I suppose this isn't a problem after all. Regardless, I should hurry and gather what information I can about Frigid Island. We're finding some, like, vast conspiracy stuff here. Whoa! I concealed myself among the chattering students and slipped into Harvey's lecture. The Book of Demons is nearly complete, so he was in jovial mood. When I saw my chance, I gave Harvey the news. Oswald had tried to escape Frigid Island and died in an attempt. I thought the news would throw his spirits off the cliff, but instead he just started giggling. It was creepy. When he finally settled down, he merely said, I need to prepare for my guest's arrival, and vanished back into his laboratory, humming cheerfully all the time. It's like he thinks Oswald is alive. Is Oswald alive? It can't be, and yet, if so, then he will come here to find Harvey and seek his vengeance. Wait, this could be perfect. I doubt Harvey will honor our agreement and hand over the Book of Demons without a fuss. If I can set those two against each other, it might create the perfect opportunity to slip in and swipe the book. I wonder if my brother had predicted this too. Harvey is left for Duskruin Shrine. The remains of Archmage Darkest will provide the final piece that Harvey needs. The Book of Demons will soon be complete. I found a nice cozy place to conceal myself, and sure enough, Oswald showed up. Just as predicted, the two fought it out, and I was able to retrieve the Book of Demons in the wake of their battle. There was one surprise, however. Harvey escaped alive. What was that bright flash of magic? I was a glimpse of a force that may dwarf even that of the Book of Demons. That girl, does she have some special power within her? Plot thickens. Oswald entrusted the girl Elena to his assistant before setting off on a journey. Like Alpatch, the blood of the Lumina family runs in Elena's veins. I need to continue monitoring her to watch for suspicious signs. Day after day, Elena sits at her desk and pours herself into her studies. A diligent girl, I suppose, but I'm curious as to why her brow sometimes wrinkles as she cradles her head in her hands. Still, her eyes are bright and her gaze seemingly set on some happy goal far off in the distance. A marked difference from when I saw her in Harvey's company. There was only worry and fear in her eyes then. My heart nearly leapt out of my throat when I heard that assistant's voice suddenly ring out behind me. Can I help you, miss? I immediately turned and tried to distract and dissemble my tried and true cover story. Can I just shoot a newspaper subscription? She smiled then, eyes warm, but I sensed a clean suspicion burning deep within those friendly eyes. I will never underestimate her again. No one else has ever noticed me when I didn't want to be found. I'll need to abandon my surveillance. Too risky. Besides, I've nothing suspect all the time I've watched Elena. Might as well move on to more important matters. So is this Ori? Well, here I am in Canal Brine. Word is that I found someone who is the lost page of the Book of Knight's original manuscript. Haldana, captain of the Sacred Guard, seems to be moving as Arcana predicted in assembling those pages. There's a potential problem, however. A nosy inquisitor named Timanos seems to have caught wind of all of this. Arcana has her eye on him, but I can only pray he doesn't make any problems for us. I'll need to be careful not to draw his attention too. The Book of Night is close to being fully restored. Once it is, I'll need to move quickly to retrieve it and fulfill my mission. Allying myself with Arcana was merely the easiest means to that end. My brother did tell me to be wary of her, however. He was quite forceful about it. I wonder why. Arcana. Haldana, captain of the Sacred Guard, is driven by a lust for vengeance. To achieve that end, she seeks to make the power of shadow her own, and with the restored Book of Night in hand, she sets out for the Twilight Shrine. Her naive dream of avenging her people will never become reality. Why, you asked your diary? Because the right Arcana taught her is purposely flawed. So there I was, hiding in the shadow. Wait, is she the little girl who ran away? In Crackridge? So there I was, hiding in the shadows of the twilight shrine, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Lo and behold, Caldena's right went awry, and she transformed into a most hideous form. No one told me I had to deal with some horrible monster. This is above my pay grade. Luckily, I had no need for fear. That Temenos showed up and handled the Caldena problem for me. I suppose Arcanite was behind his well-timed arrival. What a puppet master, bravo. I finally understood why my brother warned me to keep an eye on her. I slipped down to the ritual site after Temenos made his exit and retrieved the Book of Night. All that's left is to combine it with the Book of Demons will be able to complete the Dark Blood Grimoire. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. Great. Here I am, grand old timber rain, just in time for the coronation ceremony. Word in the street is that an apothecary named Trousseau is going to reign on the parade with a storm infused with shadow energy. His goal, and I quote, is to extend a hand to save all in need. What a nice notion. Let's rewind the clock. So it's 16 chapters, 2 per person. Let's rewind the clock. It was 1 year ago that Trousseau lost hope in the future and started down this path. He was out gathering medicinal herbs when he stumbled into Lost Seed. There he met Claude, who gave him the Book of Night. Claude was disappointed with the encounter. It seems he had swayed Trousseau to his side, but couldn't persuade an apothecary in the man's company. With a regretful sigh, he told me that this other apothecary's eyes were filled with motherly strength, deep wells of kindness that belied a sense of determination. What was her name again? I asked. Cassidy. She stopped Trousseau and saw the people of Timberane to safety and even dealt with the poison rain. As if that wasn't enough, she also managed to make up medicine that could combat the shadow on the spot. Claude's intuition was right. Cassidy is someone to keep an eye on. My brother will need to know that we have another dangerous potential wrench in our lands. Oops. My brother made a deal with Harvey. Craft the Book of Demons and evil tome said to be infused with the magic of Darkcast himself. Why, you ask? Well, dear diary, because we needed to restore the lost Dark Blood Grimoire. The rub here is that neither my brilliant brother nor even Claude knows how to make the tome, thus we need the need for Harvey. The one thing my brother doesn't know is that the remains of Darkcast are a key component. When I shared the vital tidbit, Harvey smiled. That's all I needed. It sounds like he was already most of the way there. He's a valuable asset, so we'll do everything we can to assist him. Harvey is in a health session with a scholar named Oswald. No, let's call it what it is, a severe inferiority complex. Harvey told me he'd gladly give up the Dawn if it meant he could best the man. We let Harvey read the Book of Night in order to pull him into our trees, but honestly I think it wasn't necessary. That bottomless well of envy in his gut, properly manipulated, would likely have been motivation enough. Besides, I don't trust him. No normal person can fathom that twisted mind of his. I met a merchant today in Clockbank, an honest fellow with laughing eyes named Particio. He boasted that he'll rustle up 80 billion leaves and buy the rights to the steam engine from his current owner, Mr. Rock. Then he'll give the technology away to everyone. Then impressed on why he said things like this should be shared with the whole world. Particio confuses me. If I can borrow that ruthless Roca's words, it is human nature to take from others and give unto oneself. Despite his noble declarations, I'm sure Particio will prove himself no different from the other slime. Greed and self-interest will win in the end. They always do. Still, I'm vaguely curious as to how his story will play out. I'll follow this Particio, though I'll keep my expectations low. Placing your faith in others only gets you betrayed in the end. Partition's gone and done it. He has gone and done it. He's humbled Roque and wrested the rights to the steam engine from that greedy tycoon. Still, that's nothing compared to what he did next. He actually gave it away, just as he said he would. Things like this should be shared with the whole world. He's lived up to that grandiose statement and then some. The heat of his passion even melted Roque's icy heart, and I didn't think the desert sun was enough to do that. So taking a step back, what Partition did is impossible, unimaginable, inconceivable. I've observed countless people in my time, and today every one of them is motivated to varying degrees by self-interest. People are always willing to step on others to achieve their own interests. But Particio, is he truly different? Is he someone who can at last transform this dark, ugly world into something wonderful? What do you think, brother? Phew, 3 more. Welcome to my humble castle. That's how he greeted me when I arrived in Lost Sea before he took me on a casual stroll to that rotting mausoleum of a town. I struggled not to gag on the stench of death and decay, all the while him smiling and breathing deep as if taking in the airs of a tranquil meadow. This ghastly man's name is Cloud, and he is the descendant of the infamous Archmage Darkest. So Throne is a descendant of Darkest as well. It is said that his notorious grandfather gave him a taste of the blood of the malevolent god of darkness Vide, sprightly enough while he was still in the womb. As a result, the man is blessed with eternal youth. With the blood of Darkest and Vide within his veins, Cloud's fate is yet to become the Dark God's vessel, and yet he rejected his destiny and instead chose to pass that honor on to his offspring. For our part, we don't care who the vessel is, we have one. Cloud, however, seems to have preferences in the matter. Preferences, the man sired countless children with countless women and set his progeny in each other's throats, to the bloody victor goes the ultimate spoils. I shivered as he looked me up and down, his eyes seeming to pierce my very soul. It was as if he was seeking to plant a murderous seed inside me too. When he handed me the Dark Blood staff, he told me that the woman who stole it for him has a lot of potential. His words, my purpose in Lost Sea fulfilled, I heard that I cannot wait to hand the staff over to Arcanite and let her handle the cathedral's sacred flame. Dark Blood staff, that's just familiar. Journal Fragments 17. Dear Diary, today I met with Petrichor, the woman known as the Dark Hunter. I'd introduced her to Professor Harvey several years ago at Arcanet's request. She was talkative today and had this to say. I met Arcanet when I was young, and it was her then that I swore myself to her service. Ever since, I have hunted for her and her alone, even slaying the legendary monster known as the Guardian of the First Flame at her behest. Sometimes I hunted people too, like the time I came to possess the Dark Blood bow. Once again, my lady has use of me, so I shall gladly obey. I nodded along, and when she was finished, she showed me a monster. This beast, which she had captured on Toto Haha, looked out to me with eyes filled with loathing for all that I walked on this earth. I asked her what that was, and she told me it was the result of years of brutal conditioning and a healthy dose of Harvey's science for good measure. The result, an abomination crafted through repeated and horrifying experiments. I nodded again. A soul this steeped in despair would surely prove to be a great source of power. It seems that leaving the flame of Toto Haha in her care would prove no issue. So this is the Oshet chapter. So is this everyone covered now? They mention Oswald, Temenos, Throne. Everyone except Agnia? Right? I can't believe it. How did Particio turn that economic desert of a town into a hopping commercial hub? That business idea of his was inspired. I must admit that watching Alron's department store come to life woke something warm inside me. I told Particio that the world's filled with people groaning under the weight of 1,000 problems. It's fresh ideas like this that bring a ray of joy into troubled lives. So who actually says that? I told Particio that the world's filled with people groaning under the weight of 1,000 problems. It's fresh ideas like this that bring a ray of joy into people's lives. So is that Ori? For once I really truly meant what I said. I should never have poured my heart in public like that. I suppose the declaration was proof that he's cracked my emotional defenses and convinced me to gasp and believe in him. In my defense, he's really something else. Before I knew it, I was promising to help. Truth is, I'm excited to see what magic will pull out of a Particio hat next. Guess what, dear diary? This is the first time I've ever helped someone for something that wasn't directly related to my mission. Let me stop for a moment and also appreciate the fact that he convinced the Alron, to invest 80 billion leaves in him. 80 billion. The question is, will Particio prove to be a man of integrity? Will he really use those sleeves to help the world, not just line his own pockets? Just a little bit longer, only a bit, mind. I found myself needing to see what he does next. So... Okay, so I wonder if there's more chapters of that somewhere else, or whether that's all. This looks like kind of Galdera stuff. Assuming there's no other chapters anywhere. Alright, that was surprisingly fruitful. Assumedly there's no one else here. Okay. Nothing down here, I assume. Path to the bed of the Titan, but not the bed of the Titan. So I assume that... So I guess that's the little girl? If you click on her there, is there any chance that she then goes to those buildings? Sketchy town. This is where the Moonshadow cult is. There's some people you talk to who are like, this town has just turned into a place for the Moonshadow cult. I assume that she's not going to be here. I think it's just to lead you to the temple. Who's that guy? It's also really cool the way the game, largely speaking, has some overlap between different areas, but there's like entire towns like Timberrain and Mary Hills that you just don't encounter with like the East team storyline. But like, I'm really happy with myself that I never actually just bothered going to Timber Rain or Mary Hills. And to Ku as well, obviously, which you can't even get to, I think, until you check those other ones out. There's no one here, right? Nothing in Gavel, I assume. Alright. Nothing here, I assume. To the original. Nothing here. So do a little bit more here. It was either that or Mr. Staff. I didn't even really see it, honestly. I just saw the ice weakness and turned my brain off. The head of a prominent family of aristocrats, under cover of night, he watches the Pacifics have in the village until their lamps are extinguished. He also makes large donations to the village's fishing guild under a pseudonym. Crown shield, ice cellstone. I like that status debuffs don't continue past combat. I think it's kind of like I don't know, it's before my time, but like I feel like lasting status effects like poison, etc. in video games, like in 90s RPGs, etc. A bodyguard hired by a prominent family of aristocrats, he lost his family to illness and now raises their young daughter on his own. He has a vague notion of what the aristocrats are up to and has distanced himself accordingly. Or kind of like when you get poisoned in like FF4 or 6 or something. What the? Mom's always cold, so I'm sure to hold her hand at night. No matter how love her, I don't expect to ever get used to the cold. If sea's real rough this time of year, that means insufficient to hiding, which means lean times for us. Pouch. This is back in the game, where part of the game where I wasn't like as meticulous about all the path actions. Playing this game for the rest of my life. Born and raised in this village, this industrious fisherman uses the meager earnings from his day job to sustain himself during the winter months. Though the life in the harsh reaches of the far north weighs on him, he cannot bring himself to move or change professions. Okay. You're awfully suspicious, roaming about all the hours of the night. Okay. A fortifying nut, you say? This guy's about to beat my ass. My favorite weakness. What the? This guy's hitting for 1900? Oh god. Ugh. Okay, if this guy gets 2 turns in a row, I am doomed. If I can survive this one, he loses his attack buff. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. I think I have to use my thing here. $30 Gs, let's go. that was an ass kicking. You guys didn't hit me for like 2,200. Broadsword and a fortifying net. A worthwhile endeavor. That's weirdly strong. Okay, to survive 2 turns. Let's go. Staff can miss, though. The weapon can't. The spell can't. Oh my god. Don't kill me. Okay. A former mercenary who was fired for being too timid, he then roamed the land until he spent every last leaf he had to his name, after which he's taken in by one of the villagers. He now measures all his courage to keep the villagers safe and repay their kindness. Okay, well, like, why do I have to get my ass kicked? This guy's gone. He's here. I love my grandpa and grandpa. I never missed having a mom or a papa once, okay? I made my granddaughter her favorite stew tonight. Temenos with his like little smug chuckle. Uh-oh. Being burned to death. 2 more turns. Having him as a backup scholar the entire game would have been a lot better for his inquiries. Interrogate. An old fisherman's wife. They raise their granddaughter together. They're not in fact bound into her blood. Nevertheless, they love her with all their hearts and fret over when or not if they'll tell the truth. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. I sit here and watch the seas every night, just like this. I'd like to be here if another poor soul washes ashore. Silver Quill. I've already mugged this guy for his quill. Okay. An elderly one-time scholar, he studied the possibility of wind-powered engines for most of his life, but never managed to turn his research into anything practical. The advent of the steam engine put a stop to his research, after which he became a recluse. Wow. He's depressed. What do you got in this canoe? Magic nuts? Sweet. Okay, interesting. What's going on with this town? The son of a local fisherman, he loves his parents and has no shortage of local pride. His mother, however, vehemently opposed his decision to follow his father's footsteps and become a fisherman. She would prefer he attend school in the city instead. Classic. Grab this side of the town. That woman's getting depressed because she has no life. Probably no one in this house here. So who are these guys by the beach then? Are these the guys who are bossy aristocrats? Oh dear, so sorry, I was lost in thought. She's thinking about her daughter. That old man's about the only one who can bear to go out fishing this time of year. It's cold, but I gotta make some money somehow, eh? Okay. There's also like going to these altars. Still kind of have to do that a little bit. There might be like sort of benefits to getting all those things done, right? I don't want to do these path actions, it's so boring. What's she doing? I don't even think I have enough stuff for that. No evidence of anything here. I have to pee so badly. Alright, let's check the Clan May. I assume there's nothing up here either. This is no longer blocked. Two save points, but no little side quest dot. I assume there's nothing here either. Clear. Though Clan May is known for his military prowess, it is but one of the 50 houses that serve the Ku Nation. Must do something to distinguish ourselves here in the Eastern Continent and establish a larger presence. Yeah. These fights here. It's not bad, actually. I don't think there's anything else here. I can't imagine there's anything in Montoise I missed. Fought the arena. I don't think there's gonna be like a new arena bout. I doubt there's anything in the abandoned Traverse. Right? Is this wasteful? Like, do you have to go back to all these places like once the game turns to night? Maybe this is something I can do later, once the actually like extra story begins. It's so early today. If the days are so much longer and it's bright like in the bedroom by like, there's light in the bedroom by almost like before 6. Sometimes you're just up, even if you feel really tired. And then the show goes on. Is there gonna be more journal entries here? What is that? What is that? Wind Elemental. Pretty strong. A wild weasel? Okay, no side quest here. Flame Church Cathedral, abandoned village. There's not gonna be anything here, right? Yep. Please do not bother me. I'm extremely busy. So I wonder if there's anything in the cathedral. That girl, Minfa, whatever her name is like a little bit dodgy. Not sure where she is. This guy's like low-key strong. This would be another guy who'd be cool to have as like a late game capture. He's just not quite as strong as the others though. So once we have these candles, is this no longer a place where you have to do fights? Because that was the purpose of it, right? Attack people? It seems like it was no longer a place you had to fight, which is great. Oh, another one.
ああ、いらっしゃっていたのですね。私はカルディナ亡き後、自ら調査を始めました。教皇暗殺から始まったあの事件。その裏にまだ何かある気がするのです。私は自らを恥じています。主に裏切られたあの日から、もう信じる者を見誤ったりしないと誓った。そして私はある手がかりをつかみました。連続殺人の実行犯、建築士バドスという男。彼の隠された調書を見つけました。そこに記されていたのです。彼には協力者がいたと。協力者とは何者なのか、そこに真実があると私は踏み、最初の事件が起きたこの町を調べることにしたのです。貴殿も協力してくれるのですか？ありがとうございます。大変心強い。目立ってはいけません。地下道前で落ち合いましょう。
Okay, so this is basically coming down to like a, I'm gonna save him forever. This is basically coming down to like a, every single character of your main characters has a follow-up story. So I have to kind of think about which ones I might have missed. I'm trying to think of who it was for Oshet. I'll go through the quest afterwards. There's not many places left. Well, I'm not up to anything. What? I don't care about his liquidity items, but I will know what you're about, young man. They had 2 stacks there, nice. A young man working for a local group of bandits, though he's considering leaving so he can settle down with his beloved. Seeing repentance is the first step towards life he wishes to lead. He visits the cathedral nightly to pray. Alas, no amount of prayers will help free him from his caller. So I'm gonna try going town first. In the cathedral, sorry. I'm not getting any levels, which is kind of slow, but I'm getting a bunch of story stuff done. This game is crazy how big it is. When was the last like 130-hour game I played? I think it was FF7 Rebirth. I'm not sure it was even that long. A seasoned sanctum knight who has been entrusted with the cathedral's night watch. He is well respected among his peers and is quite used to the nocturnal nature of the job, though it does make meeting people rather hard. Anything in here? There are reasons for the beauty of this window. Shall I explain in detail? Doesn't really have anything good. This is the kind of guy who should have something good. He's so, like, you don't. He's so out of the way. Right, what's this guy's weakness? Nice. Easy as it gets. A cleric who handles church repairs and maintenance. As a student of art, he's studied the cathedral's stained glass windows. It's an artwork in itself. He can get carried away with academic theorizing, but his purity of heart won over even Pontiff Georg. So much stuff here. I want to die. Oh, nice. Most devout adherent to the Order of the Sacred Flame, she's been visiting the cathedral for decades and knows more of its inner workings than any cleric. The depth of her knowledge even extends to those who work there. Not even the most long-serving cleric dares defy her lest they be reminded of the foibles of their earlier days. Merely living gives folk plenty to be penitent over. I've been attending service at the cathedral since the hunter before last. A hunter who has made a home for himself in the nearby mountains. He frequently comes to the cathedral to confess for taking the lives of living creatures and give thanks to the blessings of the natural world. Whenever he lands something particularly large, he gives the finest cuts of his hunt to the church as thanks. Composite bow and a beast lever. Hell yeah. So this is the great cathedral window, and even more gorgeous than the stories say. I wonder if these guys come after the story's finished. A follower of the Sacred Flame, whose faith was kindled by one of Pontiff Georg's sermons. On his first visit to the cathedral, he offered a prayer to remembrance before the restored stained glass window. It is more imperative than ever with the Pontiff gone for the clerics to work together as one. True. A long-serving cleric who spent several years as attendant to Pontiff Georg, though he has no particular notable talents, Georg prized his honest and reliable nature. He now strives to keep the order running in the late Pontiff's stead. Thank you, everyone. Ooh. Oh, Ilfric, do mine prayers reach thine ears? Where does this go? These are the cool parts of Temenos' chapter. The secret conspiracy, FF tactics type stuff. She's gone. I gotta run my ass back down. I think this is the wrong way. Secrets behind the stained glass, the Temenos story. The trials of Temenos. Gotta get over there, right? Oswald like really hustles. My one like beef with the Temenos story is how like the inquiring or like the little blue dots that show up on the map of things you're supposed to examine, they're so boring. Like there's nothing to them. Pardon me, I'm sort of torturing myself with needing to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second. So, continue along with this guy.
しても回収する。
誰も通すものか。我らが主のために。奴らは一体。怪しいな。何かを探しているようです。先に進むにはあの者を倒さなくては。しかし騒ぎにはできません。どうしたものか。
Wait, the only way forward is through them, but we cannot cause too much commotion. What to do? The Knight of the Sacred Guard. Ever since the Pontiff's assassination came to light, the Sacred Guard has lost its authority, and Sanctum Knights have resigned one after the other. Despite this, Ord continues to press on for the sake of his fallen comrades and his friend who perished fighting for what he believed in. A noble man. Pretty good. I don't think it's better than Royal Armor, but maybe it is. It's worse than the Royal Guard's mail. Right. So you can't guide him. So I guess I'm the one doing it. You don't want what I got to offer, buddy. Do a little scouting. Staff, I can do that. Trying to blind me? Do you understand what I'm doing here? Okay. So we can scout another one. Yeah, I got him. What am I gonna do for fun here? Let's just hit this guy once. And then I'm busting out the Scourge of the Seas after this. Oh, you think you have shields and defense? Boom. Jesus. Yeah, she has to basically become a more utility character near the end of the game because it doesn't seem like there's a way to get those to do more than 10k. Did you just summon a like 60-foot elemental?
思い出しました。クリックと剣を磨いた頃、命がけの任務に就くたび、未熟な私とクリックは互いの背中を守り合いました。そうして私たちは共に聖堂騎士となったのです。
構えろ。貴様たちは何がために剣を振るう？
何がために？
まあいい。剣を交えればおのずとわかる。来い。洗礼を与えてやる。その程度かオルト。クリックよ、貴様の剣は青いな。
まだだ。そうだろ、オルト。
俺たちの力をカルディナ様に見せてやろう。
ここまでだ。貴様らの剣は分かった。 オルト・エッジワース、クリックウェルズリー。来剣賞の皆において貴様らを聖堂騎士に任命する。はっ。
Ooh, they have new titles. Like that.
やったなクリック。ついに神の剣となれるのだ。
ああ、だが僕たちは何も成したわけじゃない。ここからが始まりだ、オルト。剣を磨いていこう、互いの信念のために。
その後、私だけがカルディナの親衛隊に選ばれました。カルディナはクリックの剣から決して御せない彼の信念を感じ取ったのでしょう。クリックは常に正しい道を歩んでいました。たとえそれがいかに困難な道であっても。
I like the movement of those dragonflies on the right.
そうありたいのです。すみません、長々と語ってしまって。奥に進みましょう。
This is be an opportunity for Temenos to guide. I guess they don't want to make this contingent on him being there. What is this creepy little thing? I was hoping to stun it so I can capture it. The same statues.
見当たらない。どこにもないぞ、あの髪飾り。
貴様、こそこそするな。神の御前だぞ。
邪魔が入った。
そちらがその気なら容赦はしない。
いまいましい神の剣名。
仲間がいたか。こちらは私が引き受けます。あなたはそのもの。
邪魔なものは消し去る。我らが教えに例外はない。
遊ぼう。
I'm not too sure I'm worried about this one. I have to say, generally speaking, I'm kind of underwhelmed by the inventor. I just haven't really seen its like power.
私の獲物だ。行っといで。
行くよ。
Ow.
そこ。
さあ、行こう。行っといで。
さてと。成果の力を授けたまえ。
I haven't really seen yet what the Black Panther does. I think it lowered their physical attack for a second.
私の獲物だ。
Not exactly blowing my mind.
どやれれれれ。
The bow looks so good. Forbidden stuff looks amazing. Lost Tribe, whatever. Unable to steal.
ますか。ほらほら。いいでしょ。この
掃除する。
What is this guy weak to?
行っといで。
I'm not sure this is a guy I should keep around, but it's not the worst thing.
飯にしよう。
Great defenses. It's an actual experience for once. Temenos needs 65 for one of the guides I want.
ご無事ですか?
Are you alright? I think you're about to get stabbed.
Mikazukiの首飾り。貴様ら月影教のものか。建築士バドスというものを知っているな。当たりのようだ。月影教の信徒が使わされているということは、建築士バドスの協力者とは月影教の先導者だったのか。しかしなぜ月影教はカル族の仇のはず。貴様らの主は何者だ。ここで何を探していた。
聞いてみろ、お前の神に。
心より感謝します。どうやら調査は進んだようです。
Temenos leads into the story stuff pretty closely.
俺はもう道を
Less clumsily than anyone, really.
クリック。
The Harvey one is more like, yeah, he wants the book. Good sword. Sixth best. Okay. Oh, there'll be more towns. Blockbank, New Delsta. He should be one of the ones you can... He should be a 5-star one, I think. What the... This is just how you get that gear, I guess. You forgot it. Oh, right, so the Lila one was the Agnia follow-up. The Throne one is the one we just did with Pluck and Mick and Mac, essentially. Although that one kind of... That might be a Casti one instead. So what's the Throne one? Was there one in New Delsta that I'm not remembering? Already checked a lot of these places. Thieves Guild. I think I have this. I think I have the thing for a second license now. If I didn't before, I think I do. Yeah. I've been here a number of times. Not seeing anything on the map currently. I got the stuff from Veronica. She got the poison homemade cake. No, thank you. I mean, that's every town, isn't there? Except Lost Seed. I've been to the castle. Do I think there's like new stuff in the castle? I doubt it. I'm not getting ripped off by that inn anymore. Is this guy here with his daughter? Unclear. Nothing showing on the map. Nothing here in this excellent village, which I love. What if I go to the Far Temple part? I already got the battle-tested spear from this guy. Humans complicated, therefore deep, question mark? I don't think going to the end temple will show anything, but I will just do it anyway. Some fights in. I love that I can do that every turn. Oh, that's the wrong weapon. Should've used the other one. So I think I still have the peekaboo, right? I don't think I replaced it. Oswald does a lot more damage than that guy. I really need those for the scholar license. I think I only have 2. Right? Okay, duly noted. More secret treats coming this way. Oh my god, it's the wrong way. Oh. There's no common denominator. Except light. Is it just random debuffs? Seems to be like a chance at attack of both kinds.
ライフスキルだが
私の獲物だ。
Lord of the Flies. Boop. That was like a defense debuff. It's pretty good. What do I really do here? This is so clean. Oh, amazing. French.
行くよ。いただき。
Actually getting some respectable experience again. What level is this area? 45, man. I kind of want to get some more of those cores if I can. These are cool. Rainbow Flash. This whole squad has been like the staff team the entire game. I don't have any of these weapons, do I? I guess I would have more insight into the I guess I would have more insight into the inventor if I'd like used it at all. Early on when you only have a couple of the skills, the whole game, it just kind of seemed like I'm just using the catapult to like when everyone only had 2 shields, that felt like really busted. Tanky. You die? There's like probably no chance I find anything of import in here, right? It's a pretty sweet area though. Even if like I'm not sure how much it matches. Mr. Teminos. The Gator. It's my guy right here. These guys are really good. I like how my summon is man. Those are hard. Fine. I can't have 8-star when there's 9 and 10-star. Is there anything here? It's like no. Into one fight, then leave. What should I do here? Pretty cool looking. Monk. Oh no. I think this probably kills him, right? Okay, 2.6 more levels for Temenos. So there's nothing here. No blue diary entries. No sexy little clues. Right? Oh, these guys have the cores. I gotta keep these guys alive. Sorry, I have to steal these guys. This horseman. Don't kill them. Oh, come on. Wait, what? Oh, these. Oh, it's just the basic remnants. On a different zone, right? Does this kill anything? That spell is so good. I love it. It's cool that she scales with speed. Abers is like not a bad like duo carry item or triple carry item. Everyone except Particio. No secret treats here. spear. What about you? What are you gonna do? How much? Crazy.
私の獲物だ。はっ、今だ。来た来た。
Second turn. Can you get another one? Oh wait. Oh, yeah, I can't. Never mind. So it hits for 2 different weaknesses? Capture the horse. Capture the Lord of the Fly. Nice. Alright. Got some stuff done here. Probably no story quest here. I know there's not one with... So what's the Partitio one? Elrond. We've already done that one, right? The only thing here is you can buy from her the ability to redo your weapon. I think Throne is the lowest level. I think there's some other high 50s people in the other team too. Agnia got a bunch of levels from one of the quests I did. A lot of people here. We'll get answers. Is he not here during the day? What this guy with Ochet? Ochet. It's probably Ochet. Ochet? Ochet? I think it's Ochet. You charged up too slow, buddy. The director at the Floating Theater. As a disciple of the venue's founding director, he strives to create daring on-stage experiences that open up new possibilities for dramaturgy and, above all, thrill and delight the audience. Large lychee, I'll take it. I wonder what the second weakness is. Staff? Dagger? I feel like spear is the rarest. That could be crazy, I don't know. Get wrecked. What's that thing far in the distance? You can't see it from this angle, but like when they do that low, when they swing the camera down low, there's something way off in the distance. Play is a living thing. While you're out on those boards, you're doing the breathing forward. You can't let it stop for a single moment. Can't see it from this guy. For fighting the wave existence here.
てとマジックスピードロッド
112 SP. What?
いきますか。どうですか。
A man who has worked as the director's assistant for some time, the two of them have an almost uncanny bond and communicate with the briefest of glances. He's secretly involved with one of the theater's mid-career actresses and plans to marry her as soon as he's promoted to director. You gonna murder him? Good mug the married couple. Fire spells less button clicks to get there. Down 2 to Scholar, down 3 to Scholar, and then immediately in the fire. Actually only down 2 to Scholar, because I can't summon. A woman who has come to stand in the same place every night for 3 years. In truth, she's waiting for her lover who promised to elope with her. There's only one reason why this lover should not appear. She understands this but refuses to accept it. That would make the sea feel eerie for sure. Okay, nothing here. This is now me having gone to every single town. So maybe there's other areas that might also hold secrets, but I think that's probably all of them. But I have, as of yet, not got like a congratulations, you've hit every side quest. Watching guarding till dawn, guarding matters, human sneak. Who is this person? Pretty strong. Wow. Mega Beastling. I better start with Oswald, because you at least get one sample analysis. It's gonna beat my ass. Oh. Oh, no free lunches today. I better get blasted. Oof. I don't have to use my latent power. Flunk. Yeah, really strong moves. A beastling who was seriously injured in an unprovoked attack by humans and is extremely wary of them ever since. Her eyes gleam with a dark, keen light. Very useful. Yes. Alright, Osvaldo, get in there. Uh-oh. This is not easy. Remember some one true magic. God. Wait, she's gonna kill me. I'm gonna break this person. Just have to spam one true magic with no mana. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. I flee. Miss, dumbass. I think I have to try to like just Alephins into like a full. I think I just do Alephins into like a full boosted one true magic and see if I can kill her. Spam or use soul stones. Forget that I have these. Very good. So many items here. The only thing to use the jewel cake on so far that would have been good is the perfect jerky. Breezy beef stew. Oh yeah.
治療するぞ。プランを考え。
Real smack. Okay. Time for a mega nuke. My best shot.
これが絵画。
No. 3,700. I was in trouble. Time for another breezy beef stew. Now what do I do? So now I'm going to use the little dinky soul stones to get her down to at least be broken. Should have saved my latent power. You're missing everything, huh? Alright, you better watch out. Here it comes. I should have done is try to farm for a buff with Stroke of Genius. Probably dies to this, right? This is the same damage. What the hell? Because the other one was boosted, right? I'm just gonna fight this person. It's called a beatdown. He's falling into my trap. I did nothing, oh my god. Here's where I heal myself. You just wait. You just wait. Even less. Shows the buff. French. Okay, next turn. Here it comes. Third and final. This is the one. Why did I do so much damage? Oh, she must have had the vigilance buff on before, without me noticing. It's a struggle. For negligent rewards. Negligible rewards. Okay, there's no way that there's like side quests in any of these places, right? Who's this rascal? You the frog can live, he's fine. Alright, I'm trying to take a break. No quest here, right? There's no way. There's no way. What are these creatures? Pretty safe bet.
さあ行こう。行っといで。
行くよ。変形カタパルト。
Whoa.
ゴミは片付けなきゃね。
No captures for us, evidently.
道を塞がないでください。
The Kartikeos are back.
出番。変形カタパルト。
来た来た。
Oops, wrong guy.
さて。バイバイ。闇に落ちな。
Should disguise myself as Oshet.
行こう。行っといで。
Okay, brute force. Oh my god, I have no mana.
ブラボーオズバル。マジックスピードロッド。やれやれ。大人げなかったですね。
Anything here? This is crazy. It's like 8 levels in a row. This is cool. They did so much for this. Uh,
属性炸裂瓶。
私の獲物だ。
oh, I get it. If I hit the other person, I would have got 2. Because she has 2 weakness. It's for every. It hits once for every elemental weakness exposed. So it can be multiple hits if they have multiple elemental weaknesses. Got it.
さあ行こう。行っといで。来た来た。いただき。
The hardest guy in the world.
いただき。
50-50, baby. Oh.
さてはっ。
やれやれ。マジックスピードロッド。
プランを考える。
さすが先生。いただき。
That's how the game works. You fully boost at. You fully boost and it's 49%, you miss it. Wow, these guys are shit. Rainbow shot? I used to have this one, I think. Would I take this over something I have? It's just not. It's good, but it's no utility. But I'm kind of a little bit worried that Oshet is not good enough at breaking. She's good at buffing and breaking, but like, I don't think she's really ever gonna like take off a lot of shields, which is ultimately her role. I kind of feel like the Frog Kings and Rats and stuff like that or whatever are actually low-key better.
掃除する。変形カタパルト。
来た来た。行っといで。
Back to the Horseman. Boy. Cheeky little fire spell, which he can't afford. Never mind. No merchant, no cry. No. We give him the thing where he restores MP passively. This is incredible, they made all this area for this. Wait, did I go the wrong way? Wait, did I just do a loop? Oh my god. I actually need this XP. I'm kind of trolling a little bit. I just made a loop, didn't I? You dumbass. How do I get out of here? Way too long to figure that out. Over here? Oh, okay. Anything here? Not even quests. Interesting. Alright, well, can't win them all. Okay, so as far as I know, that's everywhere on the map I can go. There's already definitely been one here. Okay, so that unless there's something in the Shrine of Ulstera that completes my roaming. I need a couple more levels for Temenos. Just take that spear real quick. I doubt there's anything in here. I don't think I have dagger or arrow. But I do have some great BP otherwise. So glad I picked the one I did. Because I did enough research into the game to realize what kind of group I was going to have. Here we go, let's see it. Oh my god. There's your boy right there. I'm pretty happy. If I had to choose two of like the legendary ones, that one and Scourge of the Sea seem pretty good. She's like a smidgen from level her next level. I don't think there's anyone here. Multi-shine. A lot of damage. Poke, poke, poke. This is like the slowest level in history. There's not actually that much XP here. Any of these places. Anybody here? Anything here? All the people just lined up, eh? Creepy. That was the last one?
掃除するバイバイ闇に落ちな
私の獲物だいただき
プランを考えね
Everyone used to have stuff.
いただき
行きますか。それ
Oh, you have one spell and you missed it?
いいでしょう。
行くよ
I'm sorry, that's sad for you.
本気出すからいただき
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with all these light, medium soul stones. Wish you could like combine 5 to make a big one. Be sweet. I think multi-shine is something that like I was told to consider for like the final dungeon. I'm sure it's true. Metal medley. I'll check something. But we do have extra experience. Are those still her buddies over there on the right? It kind of looks like Agnia's dad, right? I'm not sure though. Could just be randoms. All right. Well, I don't even really remember what other things I want to get done. There's some altars to look at. What about that lighthouse? Is there anything there? Okay, it's the last thing. Then now I'm taking a break. These are so close to each other, it's like comical. What's up, fellas? What are the creatures? I don't know, I'm a little split on the options for my girl here. I have lightning, staff, and sword. Doing a ton of damage. Creamy saute with a blowfish. There was a quest here, but I completed it. No enemies here now. Got a letter thanks from the Ken O'Brien Lighthouse Keeper. Our post may be far apart over the ocean waves, but I see we share the same commitment to safe passage through our waters. Quality jerky. You know what? You keep that. Okay. What am I missing still? I can't get in through here, right? If I can get to that area over there, I could get a sense of what the storm hail wall looks like, which would help me for pictures. Ideation. But I don't think I can. I'll keep this on daylight just in case I find the shark. Wow, this guy. Finally gets a regen. Oh no. He's 45 short. You can't. Where's this cake pole? So I'm so far away from being able to see Storm Hill. And you definitely cannot get up. This place is so impressive. I guess they didn't make the whole map. Okay, I get my level after this at least. Temino still needs 2 levels to be able to guide a level 10 guy. Ooh, perfect. Temino actually gets a turn. I feel like he does so much damage right now. It is really low. Now, 245 is what Temino is offering. Okay. No other things around here. We can't go up here. I'm not going to go to the Cavernous Nest to try to pick up the Tyranno Drake. All this is for a different game, Octopath 3, I guess. I've been to all these places. Traveling Cropdale Trail seems to be where the story is. For sure went to Cropdale, right? Yeah. There's Rush, Ghost Mansion, Northern Rio Sands, Lair of the Serpent, Malbrine, Altar of the Charitable, Altar of Thunderblade, Power Moon and Sun, Conning Creek. I don't think there's anything here I missed. I gotta stop. Is there a second apothecary license? Is there anything in Oswald's old mansion? Primeval Horn Elixir? Peculiar monster inhabiting the Leaflands? Do I have to get all those? Imagine I have to get all those. That'd be so bad. This guy is like... Where is this guy gonna find his partner? How do I help him? Alright. 3 o'clock, time for lunch break. It's 5 hours today. Mia. Alright. Back later.